So Falstaff is this amazing character. So he's at the center of the entire plot. And he is a lonely, single man, middle-aged, not old, but middle-aged. He loves food. He loves drink. He loves fine wine. He loves amazing food. He is a sensuous man. He wants to not just make love to women, he wants to be loved by a woman. This is a very important difference. He's not a sexual predator, this man. So this man, Falstaff, is unhappy in love, unhappy in life. And what we see in this short few days in this piece is how he attempts to enter into this family of Ford and Mrs. Ford, this middle-class family, and make confusion. So in a way, there are three different worlds. There's the world of Falstaff in the piece, then there's the world of this Ford and his wife and her friends, and the women, and then there's the world of Falstaff's friends in the bar. And these three worlds all clash and combine. And so Falstaff, in the tradition of all great comedy, attempts to seduce these women. It's unsuccessful. They humiliate him in the most outrageous way, culminating in the third act in a mass humiliation where the entire chorus and everyone attempt to laugh at, or make fun of Falstaff. And what's the genius of the piece is that even though he's humiliated and even though his behavior is outrageous, we still love him at the end. And this is, I think, great art. Not only did Verdi write Falstaff as his last opera, unlike any subject he'd written before. This is not Othello, Macbeth. But his musical language sounds unlike anything he wrote. This is a man at 80 years of age being influenced by the change of musical and theatrical forms. He knew about what was happening in Italian opera. And in a way, is one of these operas that has little to do with the 19th century and more to do with the 20th century. They're like prophecies of how music theatre changed. You smell in Falstaff modernity, the 20th century. You smell it, even though the piece is firmly embedded in 19th century and Verdi's traditions of music. This is something very new for Verdi. And it's extraordinary that at the end of his career, the piece has not many big arias, which is the opposite of his oeuvre up until then, but it has a wonderful life to it. It starts, boom, the orchestra plays, and you immediately know that this is a piece about life, about the vitality of life. And what he does then, through the ensembles are brilliant. I mean, they're very hard to sing. And the dialogues, he almost creates a new form of music theatre, a new form of expression. And it's very radical, as a lot of Verdi's scores are. We forget how radical he was as a composer. And it's very funny. And to write a funny opera is one of the hardest things to do. Much harder to write a comic opera than it is to write a tragic opera.